About 3.5 years ago, I made the mistake of doing it yourself divorce. We have two children, 2 daughters. At the end of this weekend, my youngest daughter is going to actually go live with her dad. Now, he was supposed to be paying child support a certain amount, certain for each child. Now, my oldest child won't be a senior until out of school until May, so I assume he would need to continue paying her child support. He was also court-ordered to pay half of the medical bills, technology fees, and that kind of stuff. All in all, he's about a little over $6,000 in the hole. I've never taken him back because I'm trying to save the relationship between him and his children.
Sure.
He's not very emotionally supportive, so the last thing they need to know is that he also hasn't been financially supportive.
Lisa, do you have, anytime you have child support obligation from one parent to the other, anytime those payments are not made on a timely basis, usually in the same calendar month that they are due, you automatically have a judgment that is entered in your favor. So that doesn't change just because the child goes and lives with the other parent at a later date. Did I understand that you have, is the oldest child going to live with the father, or is it the youngest child?
And I mean, I don't mind. I'm not going to ask him to pay child support if she's living with him.
Right, of course. That's a time that child support can be modified if there's a change in custody. I was just curious if you said you still had a child living with you, is that correct?
Yes, and she won't graduate until May, and the way the order was written is he has to pay child support till she graduated.
Right, then that obligation is still in place. Really, the entire child support obligation is still in place until it is changed. So if one child is going to live with him, that would be a basis to modify child support, and there are different ways that you can do that when one child lives with one parent and the other child lives with one parent.
But he can't just say, hey, well, she's living with you now, so you start paying me child support. You can't just say that, right? You've got to...
Right.
Yeah, they can. It's not official until the judge makes the change, and it's actually his obligation to still be paying child support. That child support obligation is still his until the judge says it's not. So.
Okay.
And is it easy to modify? I mean, can you go before a judge fairly quickly and say, hey, we want to change the arrangement, or how?
Well, if you do it by agreement, it can be done fairly quickly. To change it otherwise, you've got to file a motion. It's got to be set for a hearing, which can be 4, 5, 6 months down the line. So it can take a little time.